You are welcome to the Guru Perspective. Let's just rush part 2 of today's event, Democracy Day in Nigeria. I started it, but I veer out to what happened today, which every person should be sympathetic with, but most people were just mocking, and it touched me, and that is why I had to bring examples of leaders that have fallen. It's not to the issue. It's not to the issue. Did we not even read in the Bible that the devil fell from heaven? Which fall would have been greater than devil that fell from heaven when he square war? Did he not fall from heaven? So that's what let us look at the ingredients of what happened today. The president in his speech spoke much, and to me, he spoke well. But the quality of presentation must now be weighed against reality and facts of those things presented. He was a persona dramatis in the battle when Nadeko moved out. While Nadeko moved out overseas, formed a very formidable organization confronting the military, there were those that remained in Nigeria to confront. They were those that were receiving the bullets on daily basis to confront the military here. And the military of that time, even as a journalist, to practice was not easy. That became the era where jungle journalism was introduced. So having said this, is there anything to celebrate today? Yes. We can now say that 24 or 25 years on, given the 31 years after the birth of democracy, we are still intact as a nation. But is the democracy we are practicing today supposed to be is this what the founding father really fought for? No. I want to quote again a former military head of state who called himself President Ibrahim Babangida. He said that this is a homegrown democracy. This one is brought out of mixture of this and that. A few days ago, I was on air at Lagos Talks 91.3 FM, the Guru Hour. And I said that there is a very, very good delicacy, more known in the southwest than in another place. Early in the morning, you will see the women, they would have cooked it, put it on their head, and they would be shouting, like, you know. It is called Adaluewa. I gave this example on there. Adaluewa, because that meal, that delicacy, is a mixture of corn and beans. For those who are more onto civilization, onion will be there. Some will put tomatoes. There will be little oil. You can use it to eat bread. You can use it to eat cooked yam. You can use it to eat cooked plantain and all those things. But for those who know how to prepare it, when you taste it, you might even want to be forgetting your first name or your surname. But the question is this, I gave it as an example there. Somebody bought it and he was eating it. Then suddenly he felt crack of stone in his teeth. Then he shouted, there are stones in this thing. My God, what nonsense is this? Then there's another man standing by him while he was eating. Then the man said, what is that? He said, there is a stone. Didn't you hear when I cracked a stone? Then the man said, my friend, it's like your wisdom is very, very shallow. The owner of the food who prepared it, who cooked it, who came here to sell it for you, what did he call it? The person, she called it Adaluewa, meaning mixed. Because in the first place, and that is professionally how it is cooked, you bring corn, you bring beans, then you put oil, then you put tomatoes, then you put onion. Some even will merge it with smoked fish. Those ones are not for sales anyway, those are for home delicacies. Then the person now reminded him, the owner told you Adalu, meaning mixture. Are you not supposed to know that the stone you cracked just now is part of the mixture that makes the food available on your table? So what we have today is Adalu democracy. We should pray because we need to move. You know that. And each time that the leaders are telling us that, oh, dividends of democracy, true Nigerians, the downtrodden Nigerians cannot tell you that they've seen dividends of democracy. No. If they tell you that, they are lying. That is why they are telling and shouting, a big power, we are starving, we are dying of starvation. That could a big power, anything a big, the AB, that is power, could it be part of dividends of democracy? How would you say that? Some people are shouting, a big power, whereas some have been initial in the beginning will receive a car, one car, SUV, costing 160 million. For 309 people calling themselves senator. Then some will receive 140 million car, each car. House of Representatives. How many do we have there? 300 and what? Now, only 3 of them rejected it. This may not be part of the discussion, but I say kudos to the leader of the 3. And the 3 are young men, led by the son of El Rufai, the former Kaduna State governor. They rejected it. That is not dividend of democracies. Now, but Bola Tinubu presented the case. One thing I took away, he said, I will not be far away from the people. I will always stand by the people. He said, and I will always listen to the people. And of course, he has done 1 or 2 things during the past 1 year that he's been around, where he brought up policy, and the policy was shouted down, and of course, he adjusted. But it is not enough to place us to where we shall receive the dividend of democracies. Then another revelation that came today, only the president enumerated how the press was caged, and journalists were being killed, bombed. Journalists were being bombed out of life. They were being thrown into prison. They were this terrible prison that was built about six floors down at the back of Radio Nigeria in Ikoyi. At that cemetery, the prison was inside that cemetery. Go and ask Ayam, that beautiful girl who later became commissioner of information for Imo State, Chris Ayam, who almost got blind when she was put in that place. We are coming out of that. Then, shouldn't we see the light of the day? President Bola Tinubu personally described the situation. And when he was reading his speech today, the first thing that struck my mind is that, yes, because I have always said it, that how could President Bola Tinubu turn down now going against journalists, using the police, using the DSSS, kidnapping journalists, because the police, the Nigerian police today, the way they are dealing with journalists and the way the DSSS are dealing with journalists, they are worse than the terrorists. They are worse than the bandits. The journalists they took away there the other day from Lagos, handled to, and was kept incommunicado. If not the French media organization, nobody would have known that it was. In fact, government official, Nigerian Minister of Information, had to ask the police. The police said they don't know anything about it. It's not. Ask the DSS. The DSS said no. Ask the military, the Directorate of Military Intelligence. They said no. Until he now got to the Attorney General, Minister of Justice for Nigeria, who now used all his power, and everyone said no, whereas they were keeping the journalists. Until information came from friends that do something quickly because they will kill him. I have always wondered, why will Bola Tinubu fall like this? After all, he has too much investment in the media homes. Is it electronic? Is it print? He has too much investment, not only even in Nigeria. So when he was talking today, that terror is gone, then it will occur to me that either President Bola Tinubu must be a greater pretender, because the speech as he was reading it, you will want to see the manifestation of an innocence, the seriousness of an innocent man present something. Either he is a pretender, or A fifth columnist of his own people are working against him with the expectation that his downfall will come soon. And I will conclude this by giving an example. When Buhari became president of Nigeria, no, when he became head of state, that coup of 1983, 31st of December, the one who was known as perpetual coupist, that's Ibrahim Babangida, was still waiting. Then what happened? The military intelligence, I don't know whether because they called them NSO then, it is NSO that metamorphosed into SSS before you now have DSSS. I don't know if they now organized together and did something that put Buhari in a very bad shape before the Nigeria people. What was that? The Kayate sash. No pin was not torn in the homes of Nnamdi Azikiwe, former president of the country, and Chief Obafemi Awolowo, his house in Park Lane in Apapa. And these two gentlemen they were bad by what happened. It was later that Buhari knew. And Buhari said, I did not order such sash. I did not. But what did those people do? They were from the government. They did what they did in order to whip up sentiment against Buhari so that anything that happened to him like who can be justified. And this was how they came. So today, after listening to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu saying this, like as I said, either he must be pretending very well, I rule that out. My advice to him is he should go back and wash his house. Because the mere fact that the minister went to police, went to DSS, went to military intelligence, and all of them denied it, and this man was with them until the Nigerian Institute of Journalism, Guide of Editors, and all the press organizations were to address World Press tomorrow before they now quickly come to talk. And when they were to release this man, he was blindfolded. And they turned the people whom they called to come and get this man. They turned them around until they told them that go straight away to the bridge by Aso Rock. Then it was there they handed over. What is the difference between them and the terrorists or the kidnappers in this action? So my advice for Bola Tinubu, he spoke well. Let us believe that he'll be working the whole thing out. But the question is this: what Buhari should please, Bola Tinubu should please wash his home, because there is a Yoruba proverb. Ọ̀tá ni ìta ni ọ̀tá wà, ilé láṣẹ ní gbé, àṣẹ ni ilé ló wà, ọ̀tá ló wà níta. So please, so that these people will not form a fifth columnist against your move. But we need to improve the democracy to make it a democracy that Nigerians shall really be happy about. The Guru signs out.